everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Monica, and this is episode 5 of my playthrough of Sweet Transits version 1.1. In the last episode, we started producing clothing, and I built a wheat farm. So the major goal for this episode is going to be to build a bakery so I can start producing bread and delivering it to all of my settlements. As usual, before I do that, there are a few other things to mention first. First of all, just as a background note, I've talked many times about how I'm playing this game on the Steam Deck, and this game has been somewhat unstable on the Steam Deck. It crashes from time to time, and you've seen that in some of the previous videos. I was reading through some old posts on the Sweet Transit Discord, and I came across a post that said that for playing on the Steam Deck, the game is more stable if instead of using the default emulator, you use the Proton 8.0 emulator. So I've tried changing over to the Proton 8.0 emulator, and we'll see if that improves things. And we'll also see if that causes any other differences in the game. Alright, so the first thing that I want to do is something that I actually intended to do last time. This junction, when I built it out, I was kind of disappointed by it because the rail is running right up against the mountainside. And in order to get this junction to fit, in order to use bridges to avoid having any rail crossings, I had to remove a whole bunch of the mountain. I've been thinking about this junction some more, and I've realized that I can redesign this junction so I didn't have to do that I could have left all the mountains where they were. And so I'm going to do that redesign. I'm actually going to start by coming up to the potato farm because another change that I know I'm going to want to be making soon is redesigning the potato farm station. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. And then once the station is complete, then we can work on redesigning the junction. All right, so I'm going to add 2 more platforms. I really want them to be here. We'll just add this platform immediately right now. I'm going to be adding a second platform, but I have to move some rail first. I have to move quite a bit of rail, actually. And so with that in place, I can build out this rail line. And I'm deliberately keeping this rail a space away from the platform that I just built out. And as always, there is a rail signal in the way. Let's see, okay, you let me do what I wanted to do there, and there's another rail signal on the way. There, that looks right. And so that gives our spacing over here. So as I'm redesigning this junction, it's going to be actually quite a bit larger than it was before. I could make it smaller. I'm going to be adding this bridge right here, because that's the correct position to line up for the rail that I've just put in. But if I was trying to make this junction more compact, I would have put the bridge over here instead. But I'm deliberately trying to line up this rail correctly as well. And then this is the rail, which is coming. We do it from here all the way across. Every time. Every time. As I was saying, every time. So let me re-signal this right now. And here we will definitely want signals here, and here, and here. Every time. I'm going to run signals backward from... How is this going to work? From here. Okay, so you should be able to, if you're coming from Madrid over there, you can now come down this way to get to Nicosia, which we've already seen a train do. And to get into the potato farm, you can come across this bridge and come around this way, which means that I can remove rail, which I don't need. Let me also add in this rail and a few new signals. As always, throwing caution to the wind. There are places where chain signals might be advisable. All right, so that means I can actually remove a bunch of the existing rail. And one piece of rail I can remove right away is this rail, because no trains are actually coming this way at this point, I don't think. So we're going to be reconnecting that in a moment, and the way we're going to be doing it is this rail is no longer needed. What have you done? This rail is no longer needed, and this I want to keep, although I could actually move it over at this point. Sure, let's take this all out. remove you, and remove all the way up to there, right? And nothing's complaining yet. And you are correctly coming into the station the way I want you to. Whoops, 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 whoops. Undo that. Okay, so things I want to build are extend this platform out 1 in this direction, extend this platform the full length here. I can't build trains this long yet, but longer trains are coming soon. So as long as I'm doing this other stuff, I'm going to do this too. And we'll add bridges here and here, and more rail between. And so this is going to be a chain signal. So you can choose which platform to enter. I really want these here and here. And now I'm running a little bit of a risk because you can't actually get out from this rail yet. But I will add still more rail to there. And then from you want to come across like this. Okay, and where am I going? I'm going there. So we finish you, add signal, 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 and we need bridge here. And we can come this way, and we can come this way. And from here, we're coming like so. And I think we're good for the rail we need. Drop signals where we need them, and we'll do this one in this direction. Okay, I thought you would. I really want that signal on top of the ridge. And let's see, remove this bit of rail. There we go. And then add in the missing platform. There we go. And now I'm thinking that because these platforms are so long, I think I do actually want signals on the platforms. I think there might be signals on the platforms already, yeah. So let me take out both of these, but then put in signals along the platform on my regular spacing. There we go. And so now trains can come in and choose which of the 2 tracks to use, and we'll be able to support much longer trains. And over here, I've done what I set out to do. I removed everything here that I had to remove the mountain to build. But this junction is still fully functional. We can still go in every direction. And another thing that I was thinking about, which may take more work in the future, is the change placement of this rail coming down to the southeast means at least there's the potential for me to extend the rail in one direction or the other, either up over here or down this way. So there's one last thing to do here. I looked into it, and it looks like you cannot actually build mountains. You can remove mountains in this game, but you can't build them. So I still want to sort of mark this space as, if I can, as not actually buildable. So I'm just going to put in, okay, why did that one not take? Apparently I can't turn those. Apparently I can't turn any of these into water. Oh, it's because I don't have enough sand. Ha! How often does it happen that I run out of sand in this game? That should refill soon enough, right? I've got, there's some. The thing is, I don't deliver sand very quickly. So I'm going to wait until I have more sand available and then come back and fill the rest of this in, assuming I remember to do that. All right, so I'll end up having a little lake at the base of this mountain where I used to just have the mountain. All right, so all of that is taken care of now. So now I can build the bakery. And the bakery has to be inside a settlement. And I've been thinking about where I want to place the settlement. And again, I've been maintaining the attitude of a single industry per settlement. New industry, bakery wants a new settlement, and it's difficult, but the place where I want to put it is right here. So you can see that's one reason to want to potentially bring rail around in this direction in the future, is to connect in the settlement in this direction. But for now, I'm going to bring rail from this direction, from Nicosia. I'm pretty sure I have built all of this out fully, right? So we can get in on both sides and we can leave in both sides. So I don't actually have to worry about this rail. But I do have to worry about this rail. And the problem is, how do I get rail from here around this mountain and avoiding the water as well? It's a little bit tricky. I've had some ideas about how to do this. All right, so yes, I want to just barely clear this mountain. So we'll start with that. And the question is, where do we want to go from there? So wait, if I do this, what does that look like? Because the other possibility is to come in this way and come through here. And all right, let me see if I can make that work. I don't think I can do it, because I think we'll place that, and then yeah, you won't let me place it here because of this little bit of water. So what if we add a pair of bridges here, and then this rail can come into here, and we can connect. No, we can do this the right way. Thank you. There we go. And remove this little bit of unneeded rail, remove this bit of unneeded rail. Put you in first, connect you, remove this bit of unneeded rail. All right, so that gets us to there. And so we're just gonna keep zigging and zagging. We're gonna need rail this way and next to it. And then we just want these rails to connect. So yeah, looks great. And we'll see if you choose the same route. If not, we'll do it manually. There we go. Okay, so now we have rail coming from Nicosia down around the mountains on this side, and we need to keep going because we want... I think I want to use this water as controlling where the rail goes. Yeah, that works. If I've done that right, that's entirely straight. Yes, it's not entirely straight. We'll do it in sections. And so how do I think this is working? I think for future planning purposes, I want to draw in this rail. Again, entirely straight. Yes. So we'll still have to connect those correctly. And we also need to connect this correctly. Let me stop there. Let me break out a blueprint. You want to be there. There you go. And where was I going? I was coming that way. Yeah, find out if I just draw it, will it draw something that makes sense for both directions? Okay, there's no reason to have you do that. So we'll... Okay, and so you're now connected all the way out. So I can add in signals on both sides. 1, 2, 3. So I want to be here, right? Yeah. That's my usual spacing. And that's my usual spacing in that direction. And okay, it just, I can't put signals on wooden bridges. I didn't realize that. I don't think it matters. I don't know if there's a particular reason to use, like this bridge, it doesn't have to cross anything other than water, so I'm using wooden bridges. I don't know if there's still a good reason to use a stone bridge there anyway. So that signals all the way out to here, and then I need to add in the other rail. I'm not making things easy for myself. Let's go ahead and add the signals, although I'm going to have to take some out when I add the junction for the new settlement. There we go. Looks great. And so now we will build, which is the one that I want. Where are you? Here. Village Hall. It might not be a good idea, but it's just aesthetically appealing to me to have this village sort of tucked into the mountains here. And there are a bunch of difficulties to doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. And I want to have you facing this way. So there's my new village of Manama, and the village needs some roads. I'm going to build you all the way across. Why not? And where do I want you to be? Here, I think. Yep. And then across this way, and here, and here. Okay, and then we're going to need a new station. So we will come from here to there and build a train station right now. Might as well. And right like this. And platforms. So doing a couple things here. I'm doing the usual sort of split station design that I've been using for all of my villages. I'm also, like I did at the potato farm, building the platforms at the full extension, anticipating that in the future I will want that. And connect you there and connect you there. And so build the rail through. Okay, so the rail is coming out here and here, at least in principle. And so we need to remove some signals, as always. So trains that are coming in are going to want to come on this bridge. Let me give it one more just in case. And trains that are going out will go out on this bridge. And we need to be able to go out in both directions. So there's that. And you may actually be longer than you need to be. You are longer than you need to be. And we want to be able to come out this direction as well. And then when we're coming out from here. And we need to be able to exit in both directions, at least in theory. And that's not actually right, because you really are coming to there. And then you only have to enter from this side. So might as well. And then, okay, but even though I'm building this to have rail potentially in both directions, right now I'm not intending to actually complete the rail going this way. I may in the future. So I'm gonna have both platforms get fed from the same direction. And I should still put this connection in. I'm a little bit concerned what's happening here. These signals were on the wrong side. Let's try that again. That looks right. And so we'll use a chain signal right here to choose which track to enter. And we'll go ahead and run signals all the way down both. And then we come to here and there we go. And so if I decide that I want to reverse the direction of this track in the future, I can. But until then, we'll run in this direction. And so let me rename this small station to Manama Station. And Manama actually needs to have some buildings in the town. Okay, so that's something to be aware of. Residences. And I want them here and there. And we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. How far do you go? You go out to there. Okay, well, we'll do the best we can. Okay, so I can put one more right here. Let me extend this road as well. And of course we need water towers. We'll put one here. How do? You get all of that, great. And we'll put the market here. And interesting, you are out of the range of the water tower that I have already. So I'm gonna put another water tower somewhere. Okay, I will put in this road, I guess. And if I put a water tower, I don't actually want to put it there. Can I put it here? I can put it here. Yeah, because you'll get it on the side. There we go, you're great. And we want more residences. And we'll do like that, and we'll do up here. Are you still showing me the distance from the station? You are. Okay. Your input is the station. You're happy now. There we go. House of worship, among other things. We need another water tower here. Go ahead and build you immediately. There. And immediately unlocked, among other things, bakery for Manama. How many houses do I have? I have 32. I want 33. So where do I want to put another one? I want to extend this road. And then, yeah, perfect. Build you back like that. And then put this residence here and expect that you are out of range of water. But that's fine. We'll add a water tower just for you. Yeah, great. Okay, so I have lots of residences on purpose. I can build the bakeries now. So they consume wheat at a rate of 60 per minute. I'm going to put them here and here. And both your input and your output will be the station. Okay, interesting that you picked up the station as the input, but not the output. And now I need to run a whole bunch of trains to Manama. So I've been thinking about how to do this. And let me deliver stuff in order. I want to be delivering fish, first of all. And I've decided that the way to do this is actually going to be to just completely reverse the order of this. So because I'm doing wholesale rearranging, I'm going to pause while I do this. We're going to add Manama Station as a destination in the mist. We're going to add Manama Station as a destination. There we go. and we will put you second, and we will add a optional, which is if fish at Manama Station at the cargo is greater than 100, then we will go to, I want to say 4, but since I'm rearranging stuff, let me rearrange stuff first. So we will put this if Nicosia Station there, and then here. And when we're delivering, we have to stop at 200 for Manama Station. And then if Nicosia Station is at greater, and then, so this is go to 4 now. If Nicosia Station is at greater than 100 fish, then you'll skip. Otherwise, you will go to the station and you will unload. No, I did want that. Until done, or for transferred cargo of 150. And then go to Madrid Station and just unload. And so you need a go to 6. Right, so just making sure everything makes sense. We're loading as many fish as we can at Vatican City. If there is fish at the station, we skip the station. Otherwise, we will unload 200 at Manama. And then same thing in Nicosia. If there's fish at the station, we skip the station. Otherwise, we unload 150. And then we unload whatever's left at Madrid. And let's do potatoes next. When I thought about what to do with potatoes is we'll go to Vatican City first, point out an error, which isn't going to matter. That right now, this conditional goes to 5, and it should really be going to 4. But it's not going to matter because I'm just deleting both of these, and so now saying go to 4. So we're delivering 100 potatoes to Vatican City, and then we are unloading at Madrid, and then we're going to come back to the potato farm, unload again. And then unload at Nicosia Station until done or until you've transferred 200. And then one more destination, Manama Station, which you will just unload if you can, and unless the station already has 100 fish. Is that the order that I wanted to do these in? I was thinking these two want to be in the opposite order. I don't know why I want these two in the opposite order, but I do. I'm going to come to Manama first and then Nicosia. And so you need to go to 8. Right, so we go to the potato farm, we load. If Vatican City has potatoes, we skip to Madrid. Otherwise, we unload 100 at Vatican City. That number can probably be higher. Regardless, we unload at Madrid until we're empty, theoretically. Then we return to the potato farm and load again, and then go to Manama if we can. If the station already has potatoes, we're doing potatoes now, right? Yes. Good thing I checked. Then we'll unload at Manama Station. Otherwise, so if Manama Station has potatoes, we skip. Otherwise, we unload, and we will unload. You should be. I'm actually going to make you 250. And then either way, if Nicosia has potatoes, then we skip Nicosia. Otherwise, we will unload as much as we can. And then clothing, we want to do something similar. Nicosia Station first, load, close. I'm paranoid. I was right to be paranoid. I mean, I don't think the train can carry anything other than potatoes anyway, but I want to keep things locked down so things don't go horribly wrong for me. Load, close. We're going to go to Manama Station. But first we will duplicate and then make it optional. And you are, if your clothes are at greater than 100, otherwise unload. And you can unload everything because we will come back to Nicosia Station coming in the other direction. And you will load clothes. And this go-to can be to 5. And then you unload at Vatican City, and then you definitely go to Madrid. So that's almost everything that Manama needs. It needs one more thing, which is coal. And my solution for coal is actually to create a second route. So this will be coal to Nicosia / Manama. And our destinations are the coal mine. We will load coal. And then we will go to Manama Station if we need to. And what's the capacity of the station at this point? It's much larger. Will you show me what your capacity is, even though you don't have anything there? No, okay. So if station cargo amount is greater than, we'll say 500, we will skip. Otherwise, we will unload 250. Is that the one that I wanted for transferred cargo, right? Yeah, I want transferred cargo. I have 250, and then go to Nicosia and unload until done. Yes. And because I'm doing this, my coal delivery no longer has to go to Nicosia. So we don't need to worry about you, and we don't need to worry about you, and we don't need to worry about you, and we don't need to worry about you. But we need to make sure we're going the right direction there. And I can just do everything. One more route. And this will be wheat to Manama. Oh, 2 more routes. As long as I'm doing everything. And we're just coming from the wheat farm where we are loading wheat and going to Manama station where we are unloading. And this route is the real reason why I need to be delivering coal to Manama right now. And then after that, we will be able to produce bread because we have bakeries already. So we need a bread delivery. And so you are coming to Manama station and loading bread. And I think the way to do this is to always start far, and you're optional, and you are bread, and your weight condition is station cargo amount greater than 100, and you are unloading. We'll leave you at 100. I worry that that's not enough. And then Madrid, and Madrid will actually just do this one the same way that we're doing Vatican. Duplicate, optional, bread, in the station greater than 100, and we'll skip. So you are going to 4, and then you are unloading up to 200, and then Nicosia. And we'll always go to Nicosia and unload. And so you need to go to 6. Okay, that's all the routes updated. I've had the game paused for a while, and I don't actually need to, but what I do need is more trains, because I need a new coal train, ST20, coal tender, gondola wagon, carrying coal. Set your route to coal to Nicosia and Manama, and you can deploy. And then we need a train to carry wheat, and wheat goes in, is that also gondolas? That is also gondolas. And now that I have wheat coming, I can produce bread, which must go in the box wagon. Bread delivery, deploy. Okay, so what's up next? Okay, you are warning. Oh, look at that. My production actually is too low. Given the amount of stuff that I've built out, I'm not surprised. Let me pause so I can read the news. News of the Rail, number 7. Life is what you bake of it. Bakery opens. A new bakery has brought the joys of baked goodies to Monica Land. Inhabitants want more bread in their lives, and the demand for it is so high that bakeries are struggling to keep shelves stocked. And also, new village founded. A new village called Manama has been established. Immigration applications are now being accepted. And furthermore, Monica Land reports producing 190 wood per minute. Okay, so back to this. We need more stone. I don't know if it'll be as easy as just building another stoneworks. If it is as easy as building another stoneworks, where do I want to put it? I think I want to put it here. And you've automatically adopted the same things as everything else, and so you are theoretically producing 23 per minute. So I have 5 of these now, right? Yes. I should be producing 115 per minute. Oh, I am. Okay. And I'm consuming 75 per minute. So am I producing enough cut stone at this point? Okay, those numbers are good. My quarries are producing. I need more stone here, so I will add another quarry. And let's come this way. Okay, you'll start producing more stone soon enough. And your multiplier is now 115%. Okay, so we should have enough stone coming as soon as we get more workers out there to be able to produce enough cut stone to keep you satisfied Although I really need for that number to be growing. Well, wait, I have 3 of these, which are going to be producing 35 per minute each. So that's 105. So over here, I have currently 6, so I can build 1 more right now. How do I want to do this? I think I want to put you here, and you will complain because there's no road, but I will fix that. So I should be doing better for cut stone at this point. How am I doing for wood? I was actually worried about how wood was going to play out. I'm just barely on the right side of things for wood as well. Let me build another sawmill. My idea for another sawmill was that you would go here. Yeah, and go all the way back, and then pick up this piece as well, and then come... Let me redo this. Let me come this way. No, you're trying to build out the wood storage. No. I'm building tree nursery first. Thank you. Build you like that, and now we will build the storage here. Oh, it's 8. It's fine. And we need to connect you by a road. Okay, so I should be doing better on my wood production at this point. And so the next thing to worry about is my fish production. So what else I was thinking? Vatican City. I'm guessing I need to be producing more fish at this point. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to add both of these and add some roads. Because the fish stream, when it's been coming through, has been picking up around 200 fish each time it stops by. And since it can carry 500, I need to be producing faster so it can pick up more. Because otherwise, I'm not going to be able to keep everything stocked. And that unlock, I'm pretty sure, was for having finally hit the fish per minute goal, which has been available forever. And now I've done it. So the next goal is to produce more wood. How are we doing on bread production? Okay, so we have 240 bread on the platform at the moment. So I should have a train coming to pick that up. Yeah, you are on your way to Manama Station to pick up the bread. We'll find out if my production levels are as high as they need to be. I should be able to figure this out. The consumption should be 1 bread per residence once things are fully stocked. So you have 24 and 33 is 57 and 50 is 107. Okay, so 120 bread per minute is not actually going to cut it. And you are, 125, so we're a little bit short. So you are producing at the wheat farm 120 per minute, and you are nominally 66 per minute. So we're there, but not with any headroom. So we will just start producing more bread right now. Or more wheat right now. Both. More wheat and more bread. So the idea is supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We'll run you all the way out there, and then we'll run you. You just want a lot of space there, and fill those in, and like that. And then we can put these 3 in here and extend this road. And now we just have to wait for you to get workers. Okay, so what comes next? I think I want to do something that I've been ignoring. And we'll start in Manama, which is that we have decorations that we can add to the settlements, and it makes them more appealing. We have the autumn fir and the fir, which we unlocked by getting the fish production. But what I'm really looking at right now is these 3. Small parks, crops, foliage, small structures, and firs. These increase the attractiveness of your settlements. So one reason to do it is make the settlements more desirable to travel to. So let me drop in some small parks around the settlement. And we'll also drop in some firs around the settlement. Put you here, and put you there, and on this corner, and this corner, between these buildings, and over here. We'll actually surround the water tower. We can do that over here too. Is there something there? Oh, I already put a fir there. That's the entrance to that. What do the props look like? Oh, sure. We'll drop one in there, we'll drop one in there, we'll drop one in right here. Just having fun doing a little decorating. Generally, these decorations want to have road access. I'm placing some where they won't have road access. I'm just kind of not worrying about it. Let me drop you over here and drop both these over here as well. Okay, so wait, I built out a second wheat farm, and so I want to be building out more bakeries as well. I want to put you here and here, I guess. I'm gonna put that one there. We'll extend that road just for the say-so. Again, I think that improves my connections to the station, that workers will take these side roads even if... Yeah, because now all of the roads are in range of the station, and before some of them weren't. So we did that a bit. I want to keep going with that, but I actually want to deal with the work problem first. There's a whole cluster of coal mines right here. Right now, the coal that we're getting to Manama Station and Nicosia is coming from the other coal mine. We need to improve that. We need to be producing coal over here. There are practical reasons for that too, because we're going to want more coal production soon, and we'll want it over here. So I'm going to try to make this work. I made it difficult for myself. I think I can pull it off. And then I'm going to go ahead and build a second mine immediately. This one, and we'll do the same basic bit with the storage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to guess that this is a moment when a distribution center, where does the distribution center live? Here. Can actually be of benefit. I'm going to put you here. I'm going to connect roads like so. I'm going to specify your input is the distribution center. Actually, I should connect these two roads right now. And also your output is the distribution center, and this coal mine picked up the input, not the output. And I want the small station. Can't be that close because I need space for the rail to come out. It can be that close here, and let's go ahead and build platforms. And bridges, and rail. Rail out over here. Okay, and so you want to be coming in on this side, and you want to be coming out on this side. How much space do I need? How many signals do I need to remove? We'll attempt to remove too many, and then find out we should have removed more. And place this T-junction. Okay. You come to there, and then I can connect you up this way. Again, slightly awkward. Let me do it there. And signals. Oh yeah, that one I missed. So I want it to be here and here, and so that there, and then back along there, and back along there, and then we just need the one more chain signal. And now we hope, okay, not sure what I did to unlock those, that if I do this, that the distribution center can output to the station. It can. I'm going to call this one a south coal mine station. And things look connected. Your production is going to be, is theoretically, what am I looking for here? Is theoretically 60 per minute. So I need to be able to transfer 132 per minute, which means I need 20 workers should be enough, right? Yeah. And so we just need workers, and to get workers, we will add a new rail route, new route. And so this will be Manama workers to industries. And you start at Manama Station and swap workers, and you go to the South Coal Mine Station and swap workers, and go. We need to add a new train for that. SD20, coal tender, gondola wagon, coal. No, I'm sorry. This is the worker train. So we want to be carrying workers. That was a near miss. And now that we've done that, we can take this other train, this train. It's actually not the train that I'm doing anything with. What's happening here? why are you just sitting here? And instead of starting from the coal mine station, you're going to start from the south coal mine station. And you're not go to 1, you're go to 4. Why was that train just stopped there? So I'm worried that this train is just going to arrive here and stop. Oh, no. It was because my if was incorrect. Manama station must have lots of coal at this point. Yes. You're struggling with demand. Okay. You can't even maintain enough bread? Are the workers just too slow in delivering everything to the market? Is that my issue here? I did honestly worry about that a little bit. Let me... Yeah, because the numbers en route are just teensy. Let me build a small storage. And we'll put you... We might as well just put you right here. And a courier shack right here. I need to update the other courier shack as well. This courier shack is taking as... Let me do the filters first. You are carrying bread and clothes and fish and potatoes from the station to the small storage, and then you are taking as your input the small storage. And I want to be consuming... You need a delivery rate of 200 is probably good. So hopefully we won't see what we're currently seeing, which is piles of bread on the platform and none in the market. The fact that we don't have fish on the platform is a bigger problem. So how are we doing? You have everything but bread. And the reason why Madrid has everything but bread is because I did it again. I want to pause the game while I add the filter for bread. And we will change you to 22 if you're already at 16. And now you should suddenly get a flood of bread coming to the small storage. Fish is a problem. Okay, you have fish because you're producing fish, basically. So what is happening with fish at this point? You're full. Let me at least build out platforms so that things will happen faster here. That has the bonus effect that the platform can hold a ton more fish. You're out of bread and potatoes. Why are you out of bread and potatoes? I keep unlocking stuff without even meaning to, because there's nothing on the platform at the moment. Still not enough work. The other change I forgot to make was travelers should now be going to Manama Station. And we want to do things in this order. I went through that effort to make Manama more attractive so that people would want to travel there, and then forgot to actually make it possible for people to travel there. And now all of a sudden, all of the travelers on this platform want to go to Manama? Sure, makes sense. The other thing I was thinking was, I want to do the same thing for Vatican City that I did for Manama. Right now, the trains are only actually coming through the station in one direction, so I want to let them use both tracks. So we'll just do that. And what's the best way to do this? I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but it's a way to do it. Yeah, that's great. Let me remove this bit of rail so there's no real confusion about what's going on, and then add that and remove all of this. Do I need... I'm not going to worry about it. There's still the danger that trains will make bad choices about which platforms to use. While I'm here, I am going to add platforms to the station. And I need the bridge. So we'll put this bridge over here. Okay, so that won't actually make any difference for the fish delivery, but will make trains coming through the station just go faster. So what do I need? Okay, right now I'm attempting to deliver fish to Nicosia Station, and Nicosia is out, so I'm not delivering fish fast enough. But at the station, there's zillions of fish, and so the solution is another train. So come back to here, and are you the one to duplicate a train? Yes. We'll just copy you and go. Of course, I have the game paused at the moment, so you can't actually go. And I want to make sure that the fish don't come into the station back to back and then run out of fish. So I don't want my condition to be until dawn. I want it to be for full cargo or for time passed. And I don't know how long this should be. I might be able to figure it out. At some point, I've mentioned the wiki for the game, which is the information database really for the game. Let me see if I can figure this out. If we look up trains, we're currently running a... No, we care about cargo wagon. It's a box wagon, right? Just carries fish? Yes. So the question is that 150 per minute missed? Okay. Is that the loading speed? And so if I'm loading, 40 seconds should be long enough to load 100 fish. And that might be one-sided, so it might actually be twice as much time as I need. So let me start the game. Yeah, they're both called Train 4, which is a thing that I do not like. You should be Train 14, probably? Is that? Yeah. Okay, and I want to see if you load the way I expect you to. Alright, so I want to return to normal speed so we can watch what is happening on the loading. Yeah, I'm guessing that's 150 per minute if you're only loading from one side, and since I'm loading from both sides, I can reduce how long you wait. I'm going to change it to 25 seconds. So my thinking is if it arrives at the station and the station isn't full, it gives it a little bit of grace period to pick up more. And we'll hope that that means I can keep fish supplied to Manama and to Nicosia. You're still complaining about not enough work. And if I'm doing that with fish, do I have to also do that for potatoes, or if I solve potatoes? And do I have to also do that for bread? You do not have either clothing or potatoes. And you're not on the platform. You're not delivering enough. So let's just try changing both these to 150 and see how we do from here. Okay. Where are you heading? And as you pull into the station, the market is currently at 0. It's completely empty. Okay, I'm losing ground. And just thinking about whether I should be running a second train on this route or whether the shape of the route, I think it just makes sense to be running 2 different routes. Right, so I'm going to increase you to 250, or to 200. But I'm also going to create a new route named potatoes I'm just going to say to south. And you are going to start at the potato farm station, and you're going to load potatoes, and then you're going to go to Manama station with an optional on potatoes if the station cargo amount is greater than 100, and then Manama station unload, and then Nicosia station unload. Oh, and you are going to unload maximum of 250, and you're going to go to 4, and what's currently called potatoes delivery, which should really be potatoes to north, just has to go to Vatican City and Madrid. We're going to stay at 200 for Vatican City because Vatican City is small. And we will duplicate this train and put your route to potatoes south and deploy you. And where is my potatoes to south train? You want to be train 15. You don't have bread. Nothing in the station, nothing in the storage, and nothing in the market. Okay. And you also don't have bread. I'm going to believe until proven otherwise that potatoes is a solved problem. You've just delivered bread, and so the bread is coming across. But again, it just can't get everywhere fast enough. And so you still have lots of bread on the platform, right? Yes. So I can just duplicate that train. And our new bread delivery train. Is that this one? No, it's the other one. This one is really train 16. Okay, maybe now I've solved my bread supply problem, or my food supply problem generally, everywhere. So what else did I want to do? I wanted to return to adding decorations everywhere. So my spacing is different here. Let me go ahead and add a small park right here, and we'll add small parks here and here as well, and here and here. And we will also add in some firs there, there, and there, and there. Do I want to add anything else right now? We'll add a little. Is that the one that I want? That's the one that I want. Add you there, and we'll add you there, and we'll add that one there. I'm just going to add some firs in these people's backyards. Sure, we'll do it everywhere. Okay, the point of all of that is we are increasing the attractiveness of the town, which will make the residents happier, which means they pay more taxes. It also means that workers are more willing to travel to the town. So we'll increase the number of travelers we have, and again, that's good for just absorbing the number of workers that we have. Since I keep building out housing, I need the workers to go somewhere. So Madrid is now up to 2,000 population, which is what it should be, because it should be 50 by 40, yes. And we'll do the same thing here. We will add, see if we can find some good places to add small parks. You are fairly dense, and I want to keep as much open area in the center as I can. So instead we will add some, as they are labeled, props here. Let me zoom in so I can make sure I'm getting my orientation correct. I'm deliberately leaving some open space. I can put a park over here, right? Yeah, there's no reason not to. And we'll run some firs. We'll do it like that, and like this, and in here a bit. And we need to be a little bit cautious because I will need to be building in other things between buildings as well. But, you know, do that, and we will do, and we will add, let me add these, and here. I think I don't want to add a fir there, but I will add a fir here, and then along here. Sure. And Vatican City also wants some decorations, whether it knows it or not. We'll put a park right here, we'll put a park right here, and also right here. Well, if there's a water tower there, so we'll put it over here, and add you there, and we'll add you there and here. Just, you know, trying to beautify the town a little bit, make it a nicer place to live. And there, and there, and there, and do I want to throw another park in? Sure, why not? Here, and also over here, I was thinking we should add some things. Just to mix things up a little bit, we'll just drop some foliage right in there, and in both of these, and again, nice little bench, and go ahead and put a park over here. So workers who want to take a break. And also, I keep thinking that this town, in addition to doing a lot of fishing, wants to be a seaside resort, which I don't know if that even makes sense, but that is the way I keep thinking about it. I want to look at my unlock list. Let's go ahead and take our stamp upgrades. Sure, remind me what these are. Definitely want that. We'll take both of those, and destinations, and again, what are these? Build ranges, right? I don't know. We'll take that one first. And people stamps, we finally have unlocked some of these, so we can make... Oh no, I've been putting everything into the base settlement attractiveness. I really think that's what I care about in our progressions. Okay, so Vatican City hasn't hit 1300 yet, and Nicosia also hasn't hit 1300, although Nicosia should be close. But Manama and Madrid both have. And on the global unlocks, things triggered. Okay, you were 100 fish per minute, and so the next thing in that progression is 300 wood per minute, which I could easily step up and do. I just don't feel a need to. The other things that have triggered are 4,000 laborers and produce clothes 300 per minute. And so the next step in that progression is produce 480 potatoes per minute. Okay, I think we're a ways off from that. I can check. My potato farms are producing 132, so I would need 6 more potato farms, I think, to hit that, which seems ambitious. How are we doing? You still have tons of potatoes. I kind of feel like, why would I ever do that? So let me come back to my unlock list. So the 2 major progressions are I can build a coal plant now, and I can build a clay pit now. And the clay pit, does the clay pit require electricity? Let me check. You're the clay pit. No, so I could build you right now. The thing is, the only reason to build you is so I can build the brickworks, and the brickworks requires electricity. And so I want to build the coal plant first. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to build a coal plant, and I'm going to put the coal plant here, I guess. Actually, let me put it there. And that immediately unlocked the ET10 and the battery tender, and also gave us a news item. News of the rail, number 8. Power to the people. Coal plant open. A new coal plant has started providing electric power to the people of Monica Land. With a new source of power to illuminate possibilities, inhabitants are eagerly discussing how best to utilize it. Some suggest using electricity to power trains, while others suggest using it to power production facilities. But all agree on one point: it should be used responsibly. And also, sawmill opens. A new sawmill has started producing wood. The new wood will be used to fuel expansion. And we have an ad for the market. All your goods in one place. Okay, so the coal plant is a whole new building experience. So we need roads around the coal plant. The coal plant is the first of many buildings at this stage of the game that have a single main building and then many additional buildings nearby that are required for the facility to actually do any work. And I want to build this road out to here. I was also intending to expand the coal mine station. Now I'm wondering if I need to. So, okay, and so immediately we're delivering coal from the coal mine station to the power plant, and it's also just barely in range for workers. So I think we're actually good on both scores. But coming back to the power plant, even though it will be storing coal and even though it will have workers soon, doesn't actually do anything unless I build additional buildings nearby. So let me build out a road here, and then... And now, the way that buildings like this work is we have the one main building, the coal plant, and then there's the secondary building, like this cooling tower, which I'm going to put here. And the cooling tower, again, is really just there so you can put other buildings around it. And the buildings that it wants to have around it are turbines. And these turbines need to be adjacent to the cooling tower. And everything needs to be connected by road to the coal plant. So we'll go ahead and fill in both of these. So now what's happening is coal plant wants workers, 57 workers at this point, and it wants coal, and it will take the coal and deliver it to the cooling tower. Is consuming a small amount of coal, and the turbines are actually consuming lots of coal, and each turbine is producing 15 megawatts of power and requires 5 laborers. And I guess the cooling tower requires 2 laborers. I'm going to guess that even though I can get coal to the power plant as is, it's just not going to happen fast enough unless I give it some help. So I'm going to add a distribution center right here. And you are going to take as your input a station. Do I need to specify you're just carrying coal? We'll do it. And your output is going to be the power plant. And the power plant wants to be consuming 27 coal per minute. So it's not actually that much at the moment. So we want to make sure we're delivering 27 coal, which we're doing. But I'm not sure if that's because we don't have enough workers yet, or if it's because of some other reason. So I'm going to hope that things will work the way they're supposed to work when we have enough workers. And what we do with the power plant is we need a power pole. We need lots of power poles. Let me put you here and then put you there. And the game's actually pretty smart about the way it lets you lay out power poles. You can just drag. So I want to have this additional pole here And you can see as I'm dragging these poles out that the rail is lighting up nearby, and that means that the rail is now electrified. And so the project I will embark on right now is electrifying all of the rail. So we want to come up to there, and then come this way, come through here. It's a little awkward, but it worked. I'll just keep going. Let's do it here, outside, and then come around this way. Okay, and so now this rail to Vatican City is entirely electrified, which means I can start, if I wanted to, running electric trains on this rail, and you're all good. And I assume I have to come into Madrid a little bit more than I have. You can actually see where there are overhead poles currently. So let me come across to there, you're good. And while I'm here, we will expand the platforms on Madrid Station, because apparently I haven't done this already. And you want to stop there, because I actually haven't built this bridge out on the other side, but I want to have the option. Okay, so that's that side. And then we want to, there you are, build out more power poles in this direction. Or do you have to be to connect? Can I get you to connect to just one of these? Okay, we'll do it this way. Do I want to do it on that side? I think I do. I think I want to come across this way. And we also want... there. Now, apparently you can place poles in water. I hadn't realized. But the mountains are still tricky. Okay. So now nearly all of my rail lines are electrified. I may be missing some bits of rail. I'm going to take the attitude of not worrying about it for now and regretting that choice later. And that means that I can run electric trains on all of this rail at this point. It also means that I can use electric power for a variety of other reasons in the future. So I think now that I've completed that, hopefully everything will just work next time out when I start building things that actually require power. So we've done a lot for today. We have our project for next time. This is where I say like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I see you again. Have a good day.